Dear children, I'm back again here to teach you physics. In my previous class, we have started the very first chapter of physics, that was matter. And we have seen the definition of matter. What is matter? Anything that has mass, occupies space is known as matter. Number 2, then we have seen the composition of matter, what the matter is made up of. Matter is made up of tiny particles. Then we have seen the characteristics of particles. What were the characteristics of the particle? Number 1, particles are tiny, very tiny, and we cannot see with our naked eyes. Number 2, they are in continuous motion. Number 3, there is a force between the particles. Then we have seen the last point, that was there is a space between the particles. So now after recap, now let's start. Now there is an activity in this chapter. The first activity is to show that particles are in continuous motion. We have seen the characteristic of particle, that particles are in motion. So we will see the activity. Now see this activity. The aim is to show that particles are in continuous motion. And what are the material required? Glass tumbler and potassium permanganate. Now see here, you will take a glass tumbler with water. And what you will do? You will add potassium permanganate, which is purple in color. You will add in this water and you will not mix it with a spoon or glass rod. You will not stir it. You will not mix it. You will just leave it. You will add and you will leave it. And afterwards you will see slowly and slowly the water color will change to purple color. Now why it is so? Because the particles of potassium permanganate and the particles of water are in continuous motion. The particles of potassium permanganate are in continuous motion and particles of water are also in motion. That is why without mixing also the color of water has changed to the purple color. So this experiment shows that the particles are in continuous motion. Now let's see our next activity, that is to show that there is a space between the particles. Now let's see this activity. The aim is to show that particles of matter have a space between them. Now see here, this is a measuring cylinder, and this measuring cylinder you will take water, and what you will do, you will note the label of water in the measuring cylinder. Now what you do, you will add 6 or 5 spoons of salt to this water, and you will see that the level of water will not rise. Now why it will not rise? You have added 5 spoons, 6, whatever number of spoon you have added the salt, the level is not increasing. Why? It should increase, you are thinking. But it will not increase. Why? Because there is a space between the particles in this water. Because in liquid the particles are loosely packed, there are space between the particles. So this salt occupies that empty space in the water and they do not require any additional space. That is why there is no increase in the water level. They have occupied the empty space in the water. That is why they do not require any space, additional space. So this shows that there is a space between the particles. Now there is also a fact file in your book that your body is made up of cell. About cell you will learn in detail in biology, but for now I will say you that cell is the functional and structural unit of life of all the living beings, and when this cell break down you will find more simpler substance like hydrogen, oxygen and all, phosphorus, and these in turn they are made up of atoms. They are made up of atoms, and you can say that your body is a large collection of atoms. Your body is a large collection of atoms. Now we are going to learn the states of matter. There are different states of matter. In our day-to-day life we see the matters, and there are 3 forms of matters: solid, liquid and gas. First we will see the state of matter, that is solid. Now solid has a fixed shape and I said solid has a fixed shape, fixed volume. Solid will have its fixed shape and fixed volume until and unless we do not squeeze it, we do not crush it, we do not melt it or cut it. Solid will be in its own shape and size. Now see this sponge ball, it has some shape. Now what I will do, I will squeeze it. After squeezing, what you see, it has changed the shape. This is a soft solid. This is a soft solid. It has changed its shape. So until and unless you do not cut it, you do not melt it or squeeze it, it will not change the shape. Now if you will take ice out from your fridge, it is in a form of solid. After some time you see that it melts and it gets converted into liquid. It changes state from solid to liquid. Why? Because the solid absorbs the heat from the surrounding and it starts melting into liquid. It changes state from solid to liquid. So the solid will be in its own shape and size until and unless we do not squeeze it, cut it or melt it. Now there are different forms of solid. Soft solid, hard solid, smooth solid. Now this one is a soft solid. This sponge ball is a soft solid. This duster, this wood is hard. Stone is also hard. It is rough solid. So the examples of solid are chalk, duster, ball, pen, pencil, book. These are the example of the solid. Now solid will always occupy a fixed space. Solid will always occupy a fixed space. And it is very easy to hold solid. Like I can hold this sponge ball. Can you see I can hold this? We can hold this duster very nicely. You can see I hold this solid. This is the solid and I hold this duster. It's very easy to hold. So solid can be held very easily in our hand. Some solid like sugar, salt, flour, they act like liquid, but actually their particles are solid. So sugar, salt, flour, they are actually solid, but they act like liquid. They can be poured. Now what you do? You will make a pile of sugar, you will make a pile of salt or flour. Pile means you will keep on one, you can keep on top and top, and you will make a pile of sugar and salt, and you will see that it is not flowing like liquid. It will not flow like liquid. It will spread out little bit, but it will not flow like liquid. But sometimes sugar, salt, they act like liquid. They can be poured. Actually, they are solid. Now let's see the other state of matter, that is liquid. I have already said you there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. And in solid we have seen it has fixed shape, it has fixed volume, it cannot flow, solid cannot flow, and we have seen the examples like book, pencil, pen, stone. You can take other examples also, bottle, clock and all. Now let's see the other state of matter, that is liquid. Now liquid, it do not have fixed shape. It do not have fixed shape. So let's see why it do not have fixed shape. Now I have taken some water in my hand. Can you see water has any shape? No, it do not have any shape. Water do not have any shape. Now I have written the next point, that it has fixed volume. Now fixed volume means like milkman comes to your home every day to give you milk. You take the milk in your container or vessel, and what you do, what you see, that if you have taken 2 liters of milk thing and you are transferring that milk from that container to the other container of different shape, what you will see, that the milk will occupy that shape of that container. The milk will occupy the shape of that container. It will change the shape, but volume will not change. If you have taken 2 liters of milk, it will be 2 liters only. The volume will not change, and it is not easy to hold the liquid in a hand. Like I have kept the water on my hand. Can I hold water? Can you hold water in your hand? No, you cannot hold water in your hand. It's not easy. Now, and liquid can flow freely. Liquid can flow also. You have seen the water flows when you pour some water on the floor and all. What you see, the water flows. An example, you can take any example: water, milk, juice, oil, and all. So this was the other state of matter, that was liquid. Now our last state of matter is gas. How many states of matter are there? Solid, liquid, gas. Now we are in the last one. Now gas do not have fixed shape, it do not have fixed volume. Gas do not have fixed shape and it do not have fixed volume. Have you seen gas having a shape and all? Is it occupying any fixed volume? It is occupying fixed space? No, it is not occupying. So gas do not have fixed shape, gas do not have fixed volume. It can move freely than liquid. Gas can move here and there. Like if sometime there is a leakage in LPG gas and all in your pen, the smell from the gas spread out from one room to another, and it comes to your nose and you can feel that yes, gas is spreading out. And what you do? You go and off, or you check it whether you have left it open and on. So why the smell is spreading here and there? Because the gas, the particles in the gas are very loosely packed, spread out freely. It is spread from one room to another, and it is a very good quality of gas. that it is spread from one room to another, and it also makes us aware of the danger. If you do not have the property to move freely, will you able to smell the gas from the kitchen? No, you cannot. That is why gas has a very good property of moving freely from one room to another, one place to another, and it also awares us from the danger. So gas do not have fixed shape, it do not have fixed volume, it can move freely. You can take any example of gas, oxygen, nitrogen, you want, you can take the example of the gases. You will think, if you take an empty bottle and if you think there is nothing, it is empty. Because you are thinking that water is not there, that means bottle is empty. No, but you are wrong. Bottle is not empty. Inside the bottle, the air has occupied the space. Now you are sitting in the room, you are thinking you are sitting in an empty room. No, you are not sitting in an empty room. You are surrounded by air. Air is everywhere. So gas do not have fixed shape, gas do not have fixed volume, and it can move freely. Now let's see all the state of matter and see the difference. What are the difference? Solid, liquid, gas. Solid has fixed shape, liquid do not have fixed shape, gas do not have fixed shape. Number 2, solid has fixed volume, liquid has fixed volume, gas do not have fixed volume. Number 3, solid cannot flow, liquid can flow, and gas can flow freely. Examples, you can take anything, book, pen, stone. In liquid I have taken water, milk, oil, and in gas I have taken oxygen, nitrogen. So example, you can take anything you want of solid, liquid, and gas. Now let's see our next topic, that is distinguishing between solids, liquids, and gases. Now in this we will see the difference between solid, liquid, and gas on the basis of the arrangement of their particles, the force of attraction we will see. Now let's start. See, this is a solid. Solid, these are the particles. They are tightly packed. The particles in the solids are tightly packed because there is a strong force of attraction between the particles in the solid. They are held together because of the strong force of attraction between the particles, and there is very less space between the particles, because of which the solid has a fixed shape and a fixed volume. Because of this also, solid cannot be compressed. So what we have seen, in solid the particles are tightly packed. The particles cannot move here and there, but the particles are in continuous motion, and because of this the solid has a fixed shape and a fixed volume. And solid cannot be compressed easily. The particles cannot move here. Can you see the particles can move? See, the particles are arranged in a way, it is packed tightly and it cannot move here and there. It cannot move freely because space is not there. Very little space is there because there is a strong force of attraction between the particles. But these particles are always in a continuous motion. So because of this, it has fixed shape, fixed volume, and it cannot be compressed. Now see a liquid. In liquid, the particles are not held as strongly as the solid. In solid, you have seen the particles were arranged tightly, they were packed tightly. But in liquid, the particles are not tightly packed, they are loosely packed than solid. The particles can move here and there, because of which liquid do not have fixed shape. Because of which liquid do not have fixed shape. Liquid can flow here and there, from one place to another, one room to another, and the particles in liquid can freely be tightly packed, but in liquid the particles are loosely packed because there is a less force of attraction between the particles in a liquid. In solid there was strong force of attraction, but in liquid there is less force of attraction between the particles. That is why there are space, there are gaps between the particles. Can you see there are gaps between the particles? And in liquid the particles are loosely arranged. They are loosely arranged. That is why they do not have fixed shape. They take the shape of the other container if you pour from one container to another. Now let's see the other one, that is gas. See the arrangement of particles in gas. You will see the particles in gas are moving here and there freely. They are moving here and there freely. There is larger interspace between the particles than solid liquid. the particles are moving here and there freely. Why? Because the force of attraction between the particle is very weak. The force of attraction between the particle is very weak than solid and liquid. That is why the particles in the gas are freely moving here and there, and it moves from, this is the reason, that is why they do not have fixed shape and fixed volume, and this is the reason also they spread out from one room to another, and we can also compress the gas very easily. So we have seen the difference between solid, liquid and gas on the basis of the arrangement of the particles and force of attraction. In the chapter, at the end of the chapter, there is a table that shows the differentiate between solid, liquid and gas. On the basis of some properties like shape, solid has a fixed shape or you can say definite shape. Liquid, they do not have fixed shape or definite shape, they take the shape of the container in which you pour it. Now gas, they do not have any shape because the particles in gas are very loosely packed and they are free to move here and there. Number 2, volume. Solid has a fixed volume, liquid also has a fixed volume, and gas do not have a fixed volume. Interparticle force of attraction. In solid, there is a strong force of attraction which held the particle together. That is why there is a fixed shape and fixed volume in the solid. In solid, there is a more force of attraction than liquid and gas. And in liquid, the force of attraction is less than solid but more than gas. There is a force of attraction but less than solid, more than gas. And in gas, what is there? In gas, there is weak force of attraction. The force of attraction between the particle is very weak. That is why the particle move here and there. Now, interparticle space. In solid, the particles are closely packed, very closely packed. That is why the particle cannot move here and there, and we cannot compress the solid. We cannot compress the solid. Now, in liquid, there is space but more than solid, less than gas. In liquid, there is space between the particles. They can move freely here and there. In gas, the space is large and they are free to move here and there. They can move in any direction. And the last one is the flow. Solid cannot flow, liquid can flow from higher level to lower level. And in gas, they are free to flow. They will flow from one room to another, one place to another. Wherever they will see the empty space is available, they will fill that space and they will move in every direction here and there. So with this, we have completed our first chapter of physics, that was matter. So I want you to learn at home, and whatever the homeworks I am giving you, do in your copy, complete your copy and learn at home. Thank you.